Welcome, Heroes to Hive students. Dr. Adam here today. In this instructional video, I'm going to be showing you how to do an alcohol wash. This is the preferred monitoring method that we use in our monthly inspections to make sure that our mites are under control. This activity is what we use to inform decisions also on when and if we should be using any miticides at all to manage Varroa mites. So come along as I show you how to do this very easy monitoring technique that allows you to really make some good educated decisions as far as your mite management programs go. All right, so we're down into our brood chamber, and the thing that we're looking for to sample off of is a brood frame that is, I like to see a mixed brood frame with mostly open brood. So young, immature brood is what we're looking for. And the reason that we look for those particular frames is because that's where the nurse bees are. And so we're trying to collect nurse bees because that's where your phoretic mites, the mites that are moving around on adult bees, are primarily going to be located, because remember, mites reproduce in the brood. So we're going to come in here, going through a few frames here till we get to those brood frames. This colony looks very healthy, very robust. Got a pollen frame there. We should be into brood in this next frame. I'll look down into that brood. This is some older brood right here, but there's no younger brood on that frame. Another frame. This is all hatched brood just recently. This is a mostly capped brood frame with some eggs on the back. Oh, and this next frame is perfect. This is, you can see from the video here, there's a little patch of capped brood in here, but everything around here is young larvae. So that's larvae that's in there both front, and then we've got a little more capped brood on the back than we do uncapped brood. But again, in all these open cells, there is young brood. So this is a really good frame to sample off of. So the first thing you're gonna do once you identify your frame is you're gonna look and make sure that your queen's not on there. The last thing you wanna do is do a mite wash with your queen. So no queen on here, so let's go to the table over here and we'll do the sample and run our monitoring test using the alcohol wash. So I'm gonna show you how to do the scoop method with a frame that you're going to be taking a sample for Varroa mite wash on. So I've got my mite kit ready to go here. It's filled with alcohol. I'm using the Varroa Easy Check kit. And what we'll do is we're going to collect half a cup of bees. This is a 1 cup measuring cup. The thing for doing the scoop, the thing that you really have to be aware of is you need a cup that has a square edge to it. I like having a 1 cup measuring cup because half a cup is you don't want to have to be like right at the top of the cup to get your half cup. You want to have a little extra room because a little bit more is better than undersampling. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to our frame that we've identified here. And now this method that I'm going to be showing you, this is something that may take a little while to get used to, but what you're going to do is you're basically going to run this down the backs of the bees on this frame, and they're going to fall back into this cup. You can see they're starting to collect up here in these big corners. So all you do is run that down just like so. Collect your sample there, come to the other side, and I've got a nice full half cup here in this cup now. The next step to this is to put them into the alcohol wash and then cap them up. Now, once we get them in here, I'm gonna shake this for 2 minutes. And after that 2 minutes, make sure we're on here tight, after those 2 minutes, what we'll do is we'll count the number of mites that separate in the bottom portion of this cup. And that will inform us if we need to do something as far as management is concerned with the mite load that we have. Let's shake this up and see how many we've got. All right, our 2 minutes is up. Let's see what our mite count is for this particular hive. All right, so what we do is we just wait for everything to kind of settle at the bottom. Everything, if you tilt it like I'm tilting it here, you can see that stuff is starting to show up on the bottom there. Now, some of this is as you can see, is wax and propolis and all kinds of other goodies that you see coming down there. But you see that at the corner here, let me see if I can show you with here. You see on this corner here, there's a row of orangish, reddish dots in there, and they're visible with the naked eye, and they're floating downwards. Those are your Varroa mites. So let's count up and see how many we have. In this particular sample, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's see if you all can see those little guys down there at the bottom. So we have 9 per 300 bees, or half a cup of bees. What does that mean? Well, that means that we're at threshold. 9 mites per 300 bees in the middle of the season is your mite threshold. That means that if you don't do anything at this point, beyond this point, you're going to start inflicting damage on your bees, essentially. And we talk about that in the form of economic damage, because farming is economics, essentially. And basically, you're going to start losing money on bees at that point, is one way to think about it. So that mite threshold is established so that we have a place where we can say, okay, I have too many mites and I need to do something. In this case, this hive needs something done to it. Now, I have all sorts of options for miticides, but remember, miticide choice is season dependent, meaning temperature is an important thing to keep in mind, and the length of the treatment, and making sure that you have a good season for whatever length of that treatment's going to be. Here in the middle of the season, what we're going to end up using is formic acid on our hives here, because it's a quick treatment. It's within the temperature range that we get in northern Michigan, so it's a really good option for us. And well, I just like using the product because I can use it when the honey flow is on, and the honey flow is on right now in this particular apiary. All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you at the next one.